the thoughts on the weight token. Honestly, I'm still doing my research on it. I'm being very careful. If you want to risk your sacrifice addresses and stuff, I mean, it's on. But like, I move really slow when it comes to these sort of airdrops and everything because, like, look, even if for me personally, even if an airdrop was fucking $25,000, $30,000, $45,000, I don't give a fuck about that at all. That's not worth it to me because I'm risking more claiming it and doing something to my addresses and stuff than I am like gaining some little chump change and shit in terms of like, you know, an airdrop. So, you know, other people are not in that boat. So obviously, you know, you can make the decision on the risk and stuff like that. But like typically, normally, like I'm very, very, especially when it comes to hex wallets or what do we call it? Sacrifice, you know, Pulse Chain, Pulse X wallets or anything like that, or maybe like the Mintra, whatever the sacrifice wallets that they're counting for airdrops. Be very, very, like, some of you guys like sacrifice quite a lot, and you got to remember how much did I put? Was that a lot of money for me? Yeah. Is the little airdrop that I'm getting $500, $600 worth compromising that wallet for me? Even though, and then later on, once it's been through enough consensus of enough people claiming it that are like, okay, you know, I think it's safe now. All right, then maybe that's fine. But you have to be, you don't want to be the first one in. Fuck that. You want to be one of the last ones. Be slow to the game. Fuck it, because you're putting more things at risk. Is if anyone who sacked for Pulse Chain, Pulse X and stuff, you guys are winning. You guys essentially you got to get in, and basically into the ICO and at the VC level that, you know, most people never get to get these kind of starter coins and stuff at the beginning. Like, I mean, just to give you a little example and stuff, we have a coin like BNB chain, Binance token and stuff like that. It ICO'd for 3 cents. So a lot of people were able to get into it back in the day. And then even then, people were able to, like, where normal people were able to buy, they were able to buy for 50 cents and more. And today it stands at $240. So something that was mere pennies or under $1 has done the 200-300x and stuff like that. So it's quite a substantial amount of money. You got to think, obviously that coin's been around for over 5+ years. But imagine like the kind of fuckery just for like, oh, I really want $600. Let me get the $600, and then it compromises or fucks something up in your wallet. And obviously, there's all kinds of ways to check to see if it's like no permissions. It's just like read only and all that. I already know all the gist of all that shit, but you still have to be careful, you guys. Like some of these coins that we're talking stupid life changing money over like 4 or 5 years. If Pulse Chain and Hex and all this stuff survives, or any of these little investments that you made into the coins in the beginning, or you got them really cheap and stuff, 5 to 6 years from now, it could be a substantial amount of money. So with that, I'll leave you with a little. Definitely. So, for his weight tokens are temporary. It definitely can. And then I've also seen it's got almost no liquidity and everything like that. So let's be careful, you guys. You know, it's like everyone's like, oh my God, free money. If it was like some bullshit, well, you don't give a fuck about it, fuck it, let's do it, you know? But like, man, you know, I mean, the amount of time I waited before I claimed my Hedron or Pulse Doge or whatever the fuck else and shit was quite, I mean, it was like last minute, and I made sure like I triple, quadruple, I ain't fucking around when it comes to the wallets, man. And sometimes like if I'm feeling like even me, like look, I know what I'm doing when it comes to blockchain and shit. And if I start like, I don't know, it's a little iffy with me, I'm like, man, fuck it. I ain't touching it. Peace. And I'll fucking walk off. But you got to treat it like that, man, because it's like, how hard did you guys work for your bags, man? You know, if I really fuck with the coin, I'll buy it, because whatever the airdrop me, like the airdrop's nice. I ain't gonna lie, like for sure, let's see, Richard Hart says this all the time, like, you know, Bitcoin holders were given $500 million of free Hex. Sure, but like to tell you the truth, right? Hex, I mean, BTC at the time was $8,000, and you got about 12,000 Hex, right? So let's go look at that, right? And I'm not saying, hey, free money, and then it was all cool. And even I was fucking tripping about claiming my Bitcoin Hex or the Hex at the time. But let's take a quick look at what that's worth, because you got 10,000 per Hex, and then on top of that, you also got if you self-referred, you also got a little bonus and stuff. So let's just call it 12,000 or 14,000 in that range. But I'll just call it 12,000 as an example. But if we look at the price, right? Let's just say some guy who had one Bitcoin, right, which means $8,000, $9,000 of BTC that they invested to get that Bitcoin, right? Obviously, someone could have got it earlier, better, but most people, let's just say most people and I'm being fucking generous here, had 3 Bitcoin, and that's I'm being super, 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 super generous here. So that means if that person had kept that, right, that's 36,000. Hey, 1,300 bucks. Obviously, at the all-time highs, that was a substantial amount of money, but the average person, the airdrop was, hey, it's nice. It's a way to get away people in. Cool. But it wasn't that large. And at the time, it was fairy dust. But it was a way to get people to buy. So if they were saying most people did not get rich and made a shit ton of money off of just the Bitcoin claims, right? Unless you were a person that's been in it for a long time and made a lot of money and stuff in the last cycle and just had a shit ton, had 100 Bitcoin and stuff and split the wallets up and everything like that. And sure, maybe then from there you got 1 million or so, and then like that's not bad, right? But most people were not in that position, right? So how did we make so much money off of Hex or any of these coins? We fucking bought them. If you like it, you buy it, and then when everyone's like, "Oh no, I don't know about this coin," like I don't know, and you're like, "Man, fuck it, I'll throw some cheddar at it." Bam, get yourself a nice bag and stuff, lock it in, hold it for a long time, and that's how you get paid. So that's how you get paid in this game, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for the solid questions.